Now, in today's video, I want to cover the exact strategy necessary, what we utilize to generate over $1 million plus in revenue. And we did this with only over less than 91,000 in total ad spend. So this is around Meta ads and Google ads. Now, I'm sure you've been following different voices in the e-commerce space for a couple months now, right? I'm not the only person that's sharing strategy. Now, there's different point of views and different perspectives. Now, you have a demographic that's solely focused on going fully broad. That's all they care about. Creatives, offer, so on and so forth. No targeting, letting Meta's machine learning platform do the targeting for them. You have that side of the table. On the other side of the table, you have people that are solely dependent on Meta's algorithm and Meta's results with cost caps, with big caps, with pretty much interest-based targeting, ABO manual setup. You have that side of demographic that were like old school tactical principles that worked in the past. You have your testing campaign, scaling campaign. But as you know, things change, times change, platforms innovate. So where's the sweet spot? Well, ultimately, it's a hybrid structure of both ideas, both philosophies. Philosophy of going fully broad, top of funnel, growing your holistic brand new transactions from people who've never heard about your business. And then on the back end, you have interest-based, more targeted ideal customer profiles who probably are more middle funnel, bottom of the funnel. And Meta's platform has allowed you to integrate that with Advantage Plus campaigns. So it kind of bridges the gap as well. But I want to make this as simple as possible so that you can introduce this for your brand today. Let's dive in. So with that being said, what are the campaign structures? And ultimately, what is the way that we can apply this concept of the hybrid structure for our business? So pretty much this is going to be a quick walkthrough. And now, as you notice, right, you need integrations in place like Meta Business Manager setup, ad account creation, Shopify integration. And the purpose of Shopify integration needed to run Daba campaigns, collection ads, and dynamic ads. You need to be able to have the install pixel placed into your tracking so that you can turn on automatic matching, third-party tracking via Triple or NurseBeam if you are spending more ad spend across multiple channels. So this is like if you're running ads on Meta and Google, highly recommended that, of course, you have third-party tracking in place because platforms tend to over attribute data points at scale. So we want to make sure that we're making decisions on a long enough time horizon, keeping in mind incremental lift, right? The last thing we want to do is turn off a campaign that's actually bringing in a ton of top of funnel net new transactions, right? So now the foundation on if we were to apply this, the first campaign I'm running is broad targeting via the flexible ad format, formerly known as the 322 method. Now with this approach is broad, no targeting. Pretty much our creative does the targeting for us. We're expanding creative concepts to reach different pockets of audiences. Here, typically our SKUs are more evergreen or our offers are evergreen so that campaigns can run year round because the purpose of this broad targeting is that we're trying to collect net new transactions who've never heard about our business. And we want to make sure that we continually have something that runs year round that continually grows the top of funnel base. Once you reach a threshold of spending $300, $400, $500 a day in this campaign, and you keep scaling this up, the goal is ultimately this campaign is at $1,000 a day, and this is evergreen, runs year round, right? You don't have to really worry about this over time because essentially you're copying post IDs, placing them into a main winners, or your ad set hosts the main winners. Similar to how Advantage Plus campaign has one campaign, one main ad set. This is kind of the structure that Meta's changing with this latest update, and ultimately they're just trying to simplify the whole entire ad account. So I say this to say this is our foundational campaign that's running year round. Then once we really crack that ad spend around $500 to $1,000 a day, then we might look into expanding into Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, attracting similar ideal customer profiles from competitors. And then from there, this is more middle funnel, bottom of the funnel focus, copying post IDs into our main winners ad set. Then if we really want to go on a win, we can test dynamic ads for broad audiences. This is our Daba campaign. Essentially, you're just having your catalog introduced into the ad level so then users can click, go directly to your catalog, go into MetaShop, or convert on site. Now, the last campaign structure would be this ABO manual setup. And this budget is pretty much set at the ad set level. Now, there's pros and cons to each, and now I'm going to dive into more specific. So when we're really trying to push the scale for a portfolio, right? We have brands in different perspectives, founders with different objectives, especially when we're trying to scale within 90 days, right? Quarter to quarter as we're coming up on Q4. So if I'm looking to advance scale this setup as fast as humanly possible, well, we have our broad targeting. Now, if we want to maximize profit efficiency as soon as possible, we need to push higher AOV bundles here. We need to create evergreen offers, no targeting, focus on tracking top of funnel net new transactions, main winners ad sets hosting our post IDs, and then pretty much we host testing concepts. So any test we come up with goes through our broad targeting campaign first. Once it's a proven winner, what we can do is pretty much have an advantage plus scaling campaign where we copy and paste the IDs from our past previous winners here, let this run, and then pretty much have, so we have our broad targeting campaign that's more top of funnel at scale, our advantage plus more middle funnel, bottom of the funnel, and then pretty much we're looking to ramp up. And then if we're looking to really integrate our creative tasks, we want to do an ABO campaign setup. You could switch out this broad targeting campaign and then just go directly to manual ABO campaign setup if you're trying to individually creative test and you're kind of strapped for cash. But these two campaigns are typically our bread and butter, our broad top of funnel targeting, and then our advantage plus middle funnel, bottom of the funnel. These are going off simultaneously. While that's happening, once we pass a threshold of like 1K to 2K a day in ad spend, it's pretty much safe to say to now you can diversify your spend into Google Ads, PMax, search, branded campaigns, even Google Shop, so that you can also see a middle funnel, bottom of the funnel increase in incrementality. So I say this to say we want to be diversified to an extent, and then as a byproduct, we want to get to diversification across other channels as fast as possible, because as you know, meta fluctuations are typical in the ad account. But to recap this, if I were to introduce this into my D2C company, let's say I'm doing $1 million a year and I want to scale to the next level, well, ultimately I need to develop a process, what we call the creative flywheel system, to constantly pump out concepts every single week. And you don't need UGC videos to scale your meta ad spend. You could do this with just static images. We've done it in the past with this brand I just showed you. So I say this to say now the process, if I were to recap this, well, ultimately you want to have a broad campaign, no targeting, that's host your evergreen offers. You're pushing higher AOV bundles, and then ultimately, as you scale that campaign up, you have an advantage plus scaling campaign that's more middle funnel, bottom of the funnel. And then if you really want to focus on interest-based ABO setup, you have that luxury of doing that as well. But as soon as we scale meta, we diversify into Google Ads, and then from there, we're making decisions via a high-level overview with blended CPA, MER, so on and so forth. So if you have any questions about our strategy or our setup, you can check out scalevelocity.io. You can read my 30-page protocol. You can check out some of my other content as well that kind of breaks down some of our case studies and how we've applied certain strategies to brands in different perspectives. For example, if a brand's strapped with inventory and they don't get shipment for another like quarter, then we might more likely run cost caps, right? Just because we don't need to maximize volume, right? We're limited on inventory, so cost caps make sense. I say this to say you want to be able to have all these tools in your wheelhouse so that when you come across different portfolios at different times, you have a solution. So if you're tired of getting murdered by ad agencies, you want to skip the phase, and you want to actually get set up for an exit one day, you can check out scalevelocity.io. If you feel like you're up to it and you're qualified, you can book a call directly with me. If I see you're a right fit, I'll make you an offer. If not, I'll give you some free resources so that you can build in-house for an exit. That being said, guys, if you don't have any questions, you can drop them down below, but I'll see you guys in the next video.